Today I'm going to show you how to make some mandalas using lines, shapes, and patterns. Bumpy line, zigzag line, a square-like line, kind of like the top of a castle, loop-de-loop. These kind of look like leaves or flames. And I'm giving you a whole bunch of options sped up, but you can come up with your own and make your own too. Here's some flowers. And pause the video if you need to check it out. You can start in the center and move out or back in and use those lines as well. So I'm starting with a bumpy line here, and I'm going to continue around the circle. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect. You just keep going around the circle. And then you're done that circle. Now I'm going to use that square line and go around the circle. And at this time I'm turning my paper because it's easier for me to draw that way. So sometimes you need to rotate your paper. So I'm going to continue that square line till it's done. There we go. Now I'm going to use those little lines coming out in between those bumpy lines. And I'm not really thinking as I'm going. I'm like, oh, I'm going to add some circles there. I'm just letting the patterns come to me. There's some loop-de-loops along those lines there. And no, I'm not drawing this fast. I've sped this up, so take your time. Now I decided to do a flower in the center. And some little swirls. I'm going to use that jagged line that I did, like little triangles. Keep going around. And I decided to put the triangles in between those square lines as well. Again, not thinking, just creating, and it does not have to be perfect. Now I decided to do bigger curved lines, and the pattern just keeps building. And then some more straight lines coming out, which then I decided I'm going to turn them into leaves. And you'll notice I added a couple more on one little piece of the pie there, and that's okay. So it's perfectly imperfect. Now I'm adding the texture of the leaves. And now the leaves reminded me of flowers, so I decided to add those flowers. And I'm just going in between, around. Again, this is sped up, so you can pause and take your time. And I repeated the bumpy line. And I'm going really fast here. And then I decided to put little dots in each one. And then added more of those lines and dotted the ends of them. There are so many ways and patterns that you can use to make your mandala. It does not have to look like mine or use the same shapes. Now you'll see me working super fast, adding color. And I sped this up quite a bit so that you could see the finished piece pretty fast. But mandalas are meant to be a calming tool, something for you to revisit. You don't have to finish it in one setting. Just keep going. And at the end, you're going to see, you're going to have a beautiful artwork that you'll be surprised that you created. And it was just based on using different types of lines, shapes, and patterns. I was switching colors there. I brought some blue in. And I decided for these parts to just do a darker outline and a lighter shading on the inside for that blue part here. And again, I'm just picking colors as I go. I wanted those loop-de-loops to be green, a light green. Then I brought that into that part there. And then I decided to do a pattern with my flowers. Every other one was pink and purple. Your flowers could even be emojis if you'd like. This is where you can be so creative with colors and in the previous step of drawing your patterns and shapes. And now I'm just finishing off the green. And there you have it. Your own mandala.